Hi all, welcome back to Normandy, the beginning and the end, using the One in the Storm. So, expansion, just do no scenario 1, patrol in the front. This will be my part 10, right, and I've just come straight back rather than even copying that bit across, because I wanted to move things about, but I knew I had to talk about these things, and well, I feel like I have to, and I mean, these guys put their effort into making comments, and I think we should bring these points up, and yes, they deserve that, I think. So, okay, so the Americans to go. Oh yeah. My two comments from part 8. I think I mentioned in the last part that I had forgot, and I've still not printed out that sheet yet, and I'll have to do that because it's one of the bits on the combat results table. A machine gun that's any machine gun that's firing, you get a -1 for it. However, if it's firing adjacent, it gets a -2 instead of a -1. They're not cumulative; they don't join up. But if it's firing adjacent, it would get a -2. If it's firing, it gets a -1. Now this machine gun had fired. Was it on this? In part, whatever it was. Yeah, it was part 8. Part 8, because that's where I made my comments. And this one also fired on this. Fortunately, we got lucky when I looked at the results. So I've left comments in the header of the video on that, saying that they should have got a -2. The results were still the same, so we were lucky with that. So, however, that's kind of nasty because we kind of know that two of these companies are going to get high activity level markers, more than likely be able to carry out two actions, and this is where we're going to get smashed about a bit again. Well, I think we've got to do something here and make the most of our machine gun that's adjacent. So it's lost a step, unfortunately, but it's still going to get that -2. So why not activate Captain Ryman? We got two platoons in here. One of them a step loss, I think. Yes. So we could combine our fire into here, or we could do a separate attack into there and use him to attack. Well, I think we should probably go for these machine guns now that we've found out they're pretty good, aren't they? So F, and we've got this guy behind who can't be involved in any attacking. Anyway, he's not got line of sight. These are two buildings, built up areas, so he's not got line of sight on that. Well, the problem is that's not really a great attack. I think we've got to combine our fire, haven't we? Because this is going to be a 2 against. That's a divisor of 3, so that's kind of rubbish. Okay, he's going to get a -2, but no, I think we should combine these two together and attack this. I mean, we're going to get some loving back for them for sure. I think I'm realising now we're going to get. I think we're going to get bashed about a bit. Okay, so we activate Captain Ryman, and we have a fire group of these two attacking this hex here. Missing anything? No, I don't think so. So there's 11 fire factors in there, and then there's an R2 here. So that's 13. 13 attacking into this hex, and that's a divisor of 3. So let's get our combat results. And let's remember that there's a machine gun. I wonder if I could write that on here. Give me a sec. Right, so I've just scrolled down there. I'm not the best, I know, but I think this is only two things. It has a wee note down the bottom that say that these aren't cumulative. You can't, you're not going to get the machine gun firing for a -1, and if it's firing at one hex away or the same hex, -2 as well. You're going to get one or the other. So that one says machine gun platoon firing just 1 hex away or same hex. It gets a -2. That one is machine gun firing, it gets a -1, but it's only if it's firing with the AP. Oh, that's the other one that I realised. When it talks about machine guns firing with it and they won't use the AT, I eventually realised what it means. It means that an AFV with 0 armour, a machine gun can fire at that, but only if it's got 0 armour. And eventually, again, reading into the later rules, I realised this. Because that was a bit, it was confusing me. There was a bit that was confusing me about that. But I'll probably come across that again and we can work it out then. Okay, so 11, 13. We've got 13, unfortunately there's not a 13, so we're going to come down to the 12. And remember, his divisor's 3. So I mean, we're kind of looking for a 6 result, which means a 5 on 2d6. But we do have, now we got the yeah, they're all semi-automatic, aren't they? So we've got the semi-automatic from that, and we've got the machine gun adjacent for that. So that's a -1, that's a -2, and they are cumulative. It's just the machine gun one that's not. So this applies for a -2. They weren't moving. Is there 6 steps as well? There will be. There is. There's 6 steps in this hex as well. This is excellent. Okay, so and the shot doesn't pass through 1 or 2 level 0.5 hexes. It is into a 0.5 hex, but it doesn't go through it. So that one doesn't apply. Where's automatic? There's automatic fire. Oh, hold on then. That says it's not cumulative, but we're not counting that one. We're counting the automatic fire. I want to see how that's worded. No, it's just the text that's highlighted in the purple that's not cumulative, and that is the penciled marks that I've got. So this one there, automatic fire, does apply. So we get a -1 for that. So that's a -3, and then 6 or more steps, AP only, and we're getting that as well. So we're getting a -4 to this. And what was it I said? We needed a 5, so now we need a 9. That's good. Right. So we'll get a -4. Yeah, let's just do it. 2d6. Is that right? That's 2d6. Yeah. Nice and low. Ooh. Well, okay. With the -4, it is taking us down to 4. So, yeah, I mean, the results 8, but yeah, I've already worked out the modifiers. So we're taking it down to 4. And it was 13, so we're on the 12 column, down to 4 is 7. Yeah, that's fine. We wanted 6 anyway. So it's 7, and the terrain is a divisor of 3, so 7 divided by 3 is 2 hits. So we've got 2 hits on them. Good. Well, we need this because they're going to give some back, I'm pretty sure. What have I done there? Right, so I need 2 -1 markers. Yeah, because it's got to be spread evenly. There's 2 units, 2 platoons in the hex, so he takes a hit, and then he takes a hit. Now, there wasn't an officer stacked with them, so yeah, no need to roll on that. And that's the guys finished, though, isn't it? So they're finished. Well, not captain's not, but well, he's probably about to be. So we've got this guy left. I mean, I suppose it's not a terrible idea to just move him into there, is it? I mean, they could maybe react to that. That could be a good thing, allowing them to react to that. I'm not sure they would, mind you. Well, I'm going to do that anyway. I mean, the other place I suppose I could put them is in here. Yeah, beside the machine gun, maybe. And maybe let these guys come into that side of it. Maybe that's a better idea, Grant. Yeah, okay. I'm going to bring him down into here. Now they could react to that though. Now I remember reading a bit about this as well. Well, actually, there's not going to be 6 steps in the hex, but that doesn't count for this. So let's move this guy into here. Let's not mark him finished yet. Well, he is finished though. Let's just put him on top now. So are they going to? They could reactions fire. Now how do I find that out again? Yeah, because this is a bit that I was just talking about, wasn't it? Starting with AI forces with a reaction marker. Well, none of them have a reaction marker, and it's only these units that could react. The rest don't have line of sight. So, except for those suffering an assault, since they must be reserved for final defensive fire during the assault procedure, AI forces without a reaction marker will react in the following conditions. It's not in defensive mode, so it's in offensive mode. When the AI side is in offensive mode, rush greater than 0. If there are no other non-routed platoons or companies remaining to be activated within 3 hexes. Well, that's not true. 1, 2, 3. This platoon here's within 3. So if there are no other non-routed platoons or companies remaining to be activated, you roll a d10 with a roll is greater than or equal to 7. Well, actually, maybe I wonder if that's where that chart is. Oh, maybe that's what he's talking about. Because there is a die roll there, isn't there? Yeah, fair enough. I thought there must be something to that. Where is it? Well, there's not a table though. There's not a chart though, I think. Yeah, I mean it's just it's this player aid, but there's not a chart. Without a reaction marker. Oh. Where did that come in at? Without reaction markers, FF to react greater than or equal to 5. Where does that come from? I don't know. Hang on. Under assault. Without reaction marker, FF to react greater than or equal to 5. That doesn't say anything about that in the rules. I just spotted that just now. I don't think I've seen that in the rules. No. It talks about I'll not do it if it except for AI forces under assault. So, but we're in offensive, or they're in offensive mode. So there is a role, fair enough. It's maybe not on a table as such, but maybe that's what the guy's meaning. And bear in mind, I'm sure English isn't his first language, so he's trying to speak in English, where probably a Spanish speaker is, so some words might come out slightly differently. So fair enough. But there are platoons, so we're not going to roll a die there. It takes place at the highest. Yeah, that's. I hadn't noticed that before, and it's only in that table. It's not in the rules. Well, they would have or would they? Yeah, their machine guns are stronger, aren't they? So 4 minus 1's 3, and that's 5. Yeah, so they've got 8 anyway. So they would have the required fire factor. But there are routed platoons, so does that mean they're just not going to at all? Any AI force reacting receives an activity. Well, no, that's a bit really. Well, is it just as straightforward as that? Yeah, so they're not going to react then. Yeah, they're not. Of course, if they have a reaction marker, then there's a bit more to look at. Yeah. Well, no, hold on. If they have a reaction marker, when the AI says in offensive mode, rush greater than 0, does that highlight that as well with the reaction marker? Dude, there's no mention of the FF to react there. I wonder if that's maybe just in the rules somewhere that they need, if they've got. Of course, remember they're getting half, aren't they? They're getting half their fire factor. That 8 is becoming a 4. So, does the fire factor react greater than or equal to 5? Does that mean before we half it or after we half it? See, maybe I would need 10 there to become half at 5. It doesn't look like they're going to do it anyway. But if they had a marker, if there are no other non-rated platoons remaining to be activated within 3 hexes, they always react. And then 2.2 is, if the AI force is able to perform an effective attack, at least NFF, it always reacts. Okay. So, yeah, that's difference, I think. I thought there might have been still some kind of die roll, but no. I thought maybe I'm thinking of something else. It does seem quite clear there that if there's other platoons, it's just going to wait. And remember, I mean, if it reacts, it's marked as finished as well. It's probably, it wants to. Yeah, that's fine then. Okay, so it's not going to react. So I'm going to mark this guy as finished now. And then the officer is just going to be marked finished as well. Because he's nothing else to do. Remember, we can, if they had routed stuff and all that, but none of that's happening, so he's just going to stay there. Okay. Right, over at the AI now. Right, so looking at chart B, activism priority chart again. Right, hang on here, just before we jump on. These are part of, is it that one or that? It'll be this one, These are the airborne. No, these are the Panzer Grenadier ones. Part of this, yeah. So it's just their platoon. That's 2 step losses they've had. They all in this scenario, every one in the company start with 4 platoons, don't they? Yeah. So, but when he reaches, see, that was one that I wasn't sure about. When it says when they take more hits than the amount that they started with. Yeah, well, I'll come back to that if it happens. That's them taking 2 hits. And I don't think their morale drops. I wonder if it's just... What I'm trying to say here is, when they take a morale check, we would have needed to deal 4 hits there. Because 4 is the number of platoons that they started with. Is that right? Right, let's get this right, Grant. Right. A company must check morale. 1, whenever one of its platoons is eliminated. 2, if the company's officer is eliminated after receiving a hit. 3, now this one's in purple. Any of its platoons receive hits, and the total number of casualties suffered by the company exceeds the total number of platoons that make it up at the start of the battle, not counting the officer. Any of its platoons receive hits, and the total number of casualties suffered by the company. Yeah, so that is saying, I mean, right now, if we were to, as it exceeds the total number of platoons, yeah. if we were to attack this again and deal 3 hits, that would have then, the company's then suffered 5 hits, which is 1 more than its starting platoons, which was 4. Single check is performed each time it occurs, regardless of the number of steps in which it is exceeded. If they are hit in a subsequent attack, the morale will be checked in the same way. And then number 4 is when more than one of its platoons loses a hand-to-hand combat. Right, armour assault, air assault. Yeah, the other ones are about assault. Okay, well I was thinking differently there, I think. That's fine. Okay. Well, it's not the case. They've only received 2 hits. And they could receive another 2 hits and still not have to check for morale, I think. Right, over to them. Priority is there's not a force with 2 action markers. AI force without a reaction marker up to 3 hexes away from an objective hex not controlled by AI forces. Yes. So this is an objective not controlled by AI forces. This is an objective not controlled by AI forces. Up to 3 hexes. This is actually 3 hexes away as well. So there's a few options there. Up to 3 hexes away from an objective not controlled by AI forces. Okay. I've just realised this has got the coordination thing here, which, you know what? Well, I can use that. You know why I wasn't thinking about using that? Because the rules for that are actually in the next section as well. I just read about them recently. So it's in section 2 or 3, is it? It's in section 2, right? Yeah, coordination of officers. That's fine. We'll do this. It's just that this action A4 does allow this, and to be honest, there's 2 that are quite close together, and I think they might. I think it's still a die roll anyway. So, is there a force up to 3 hexes away from an objective hex not controlled by AI forces, except unoccupied hexes behind AI lines? Yeah. So yes, there is. But we need some secondary priorities coming into this, because this is within 3. So the intel mark is within 3. The Lillenhof is within 3. Zopov is within 3 here and here, actually. So they're all possible options to be activated first. So yeah, this the first one just. So it says hex is reachable with safe movement and or with a greater number of objectives in play. Go on somebody, please tell me what's that's meaning there, because priority activation. I know it words it slightly different in the rulebook, doesn't it? Yeah. Secondary priority. First, check the hexes with a greater number of objectives in play and or reachable with safe movement. See, I don't know why it considers these, because it doesn't move to them. When we go into the orders, it doesn't actually move to them. Check the hexes with a greater number of objectives in play and or reachable with safe movement. I'm not sure how to deal with this one. I mean, this guy can move. He's not going to be able to move with safe movement, though, is he? Well, maybe. He could move 1, 2. That's woods, though. Well, actually, he can move 5. Yeah, I was watching back on a bit of that. I'm glad that is light woods, because I didn't take that into consideration. I said they couldn't move into there, but well, he couldn't, because it is light woods. But remember, these can double time. Actually, no, he can't double time, because he'd be ending adjacent to an enemy unit. So he can't double time. So he can't move into there, and I don't think it would be safe movement anyway, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to move into there. They've only got movement at 4. He can't double time and end adjacent. I mean, these can't move in there. Well, hold on though. The AI rules aren't, they are considering assault movement. So I suppose that is a target, isn't it? And this guy come down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's crossing blockage all the way, and that's lightwoods as well. So he can't come down there. But he could. What is it to move into? Actually, I think it's only 1 to move into built up area, isn't it? Built up area, yeah, it's 1 for foot units. So 1. So I mean, they could move into there as well, technically. Hexes reachable with safe movement. First check the hexes with a greater number. I don't. The reason I don't understand this is to decide who activates first. And I don't know why it's talking about reachable hexes. Well, why not, Grant? That's what they're going to do. Check the hexes with a greater number of objectives in play and or reachable with safe movement. Well, none of... Yeah, I mean, there's only this one that's reachable. And it's probably... Well, actually, this one probably is reachable with safe movement, isn't it? I mean, bear in mind, we're not using assault rules, so... I think it now means that both of these are the option and the intel marker's ruled out. Because, well, actually, can the intel marker reach there? Probably can. It's 1.5. And that's... Oh, hold on. Yeah, no, that's about up here. That's 1. 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. Yeah, so he can move in there as well. What's the next secondary priority? AI forces with the highest FF against the closest player platoons. What does it say in the rules? Next would be AI forces with higher FF than the closest player platoons. Okay. Well, the airborne have 10 and are on 11. So they actually have 21 against the closest player platoon, and well, these have that's 10 but reduced by 2, isn't it? That's 8. That 12, 8 and 12 is 20. They've got 20. But I mean, they can't get adjacent to all that. And well, that's not true. They could move. These could probably move 1, 2, 3, 4 into there. Well, hold on though. It's asking AI forces with the highest FF against the closest player platoons. Ooh. The AI forces with the highest FF than the closest player platoons. So you mean the intel marker is 21 as well, doesn't it? But I mean, that's not close. I kind of feel like it must be this, because these have got 21 and they're adjacent to that. These have got 20, and I mean, these can just attack that. That's the thing. This has to move, but that's why It seems a little odd though. Let's just say the roles were reversed there, and this only had 20, and this had 21. So would we activate this first, and then this would have to move adjacent? This would maybe fire, but yeah, I don't know. Ugh. I wish some of these things were a bit clearer to me, but it might just be me, right enough. I think the priority is going to be the Airborne Company by Hopman Lillenhof. So they're going to be the ones we activate first. He's going to get. Well, actually, I'm going to put up here on the chart. So Lillenhof, Airborne. Right, where are you? He's up there. So he gets a high level activity marker. And yeah. Okay, so they're our priority. Now hold on. Because they could coordinate here. How many companies may I activate at once? So they could coordinate with us. I want to say we can't do that with the Intel marker anyway. You know what? I'm not. I don't think I should do this, because I think the main purpose of this is to be able to assault. Well, it's not really. It would mean that they would all work together. They can't join up fire groups with. They need to keep them within their companies, but. Oh, you know what? I'm going to skip by that. Because I think it might make things too complicated. I mean, I'm not incorporating all the rules here anyway. And the part that this talks about is on page 27 of the main rules about coordinating officers, which is in the next part of the rules that I've not brought in yet as such, you know. I know that's maybe not great, but. Right, so we're just going to stick with the one and just activate him on his own. So what action are they going to take? Well, they're clearly just going to attack, aren't they? Tactile diagram. Where's the bit that tells me about what they're going to do? I think it's on the back of one of them. That's it there. Yeah, so they're high activity. The rush is 4 still. So again, I mean, I'm looking at this, but I know, and we're not using this all. So they're going to attack. There's no. They've not actually. They do have one step loss. Well, there's two different stacks, isn't there? But it doesn't matter. They're going to join up anyway. Platoons with one step loss is one of them. Up to 3 exits from platoon. Yeah, they're going to attack. And then once I look at that flow chart, to be honest, it's just going to. There's no real point looking at that, though. It's not on that, but there's it. Attack. Select a target. Yeah, they've got their target. Target attack with MFF without movement. Yes. Yeah. Right. Okay. And there's no point going through that. They're going to attack. So that's fine. So and then they're going to join up. That's the thing, though. I mean, well, to be honest, they've only got the one target anyway, haven't they? These two. So okay, so they're both going to attack this stack, and he's a machine gun 10. Oh, he's got the red as well. Yuck. That's isn't good. He's got a step also. So it's 21. And they're getting -2 for the machine gun, -1 for the automatic fire. And I'm not right in saying we might have. Well, maybe not. So let's take a step loss. So we've only got 5 steps in the hex. So So that's good. They're not getting the 6 steps. Yeah. And we are in a divisor of 5. So it's 21. Right, okay. We can just go to the combat chart. Roll the dice. So let's say they're getting a -3, I think. Let's roll the dice. 21 though. Yuck. Yeah, let's do it. 7. No, not too bad. So 7 is a die roll, but they're getting -2 for the machine gun adjacent, -1 for the automatic fire. That's it. They're not getting the steps on, so get a -3. Takes it down to a 4 result on the 21 column. Ooh, that's 22, 20. So it's a 20 column. 4. The result is 8. Divided by 5 is only going to be it's going to be 1 hit. So it's bad enough, but yeah, you want to be in that terrain if you can. So 1 hit. Now we've got a platoon already hitting that stack, so it's going to go with the other guy. And we do have our leader there, so he's going to have to take a check. So this guy takes a hit. The leader's going to take a check, so rolling 2 dice with a -1, because that's the amount of hits. Yeah, it needs to be a double 1. That is not, so he's fine. Right, and that's the high activity level, so now we've got to see if they're going to be finished or not. So the morale, yeah, now this is also something that when I eventually started reading about morale, now his morale is 8. But this is just a check to see if they get a... Yeah, I'm not sure if it does include his leadership. His leadership value is a 1. That's the yellow circle with the red 1 in it. Because that does apply more times than I thought, to be honest. Not sure if it applies to this, though. The activation. Give me a sec. It does just say you conduct a morale check for that force. I don't think there's any... I don't think there's any specific solo rules regarding morale checks, though. Not that I'm seeing here. So, and then in the main rules, morale checks are... if it's a company, that's the thing, is this is just for the... Well, I suppose it's a company morale check, though, isn't it? Yeah. So roll 2d6. If it's less than or equal to the morale of the company, it passes morale check. Right. Company's morale is equivalent to the... Yeah, a company's morale is equivalent to the morale of its officer combined with its leadership value. Okay, so I think it does include that then. So that's going to be it's going to be a 9 rather than an 8. So anytime I've done the roll before, though, I've not added the leadership value. However, they've always succeeded. So they need to roll an 8, 9 or less. The 2d6, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay. So 5. But tell me if I might have that wrong. If anybody does know if it shouldn't include the leadership value there, maybe. I can only assume it does, because it is the whole company that we're doing a check on. So yeah. Right. So they get the 2 actions marker. Unfortunately. I'll just point that on top of him, actually, I think. suppose you could put that on the headquarters chart as well, but so yeah, so he's gonna activate again. They're gonna attack again. They're just gonna do the same, aren't they? But we're gonna get a chance to intervene, but with what I'm not so sure. But okay. Right, okay, so I think I'm going to activate Lieutenant Essig up here. So this is the Airborne Bravo Company. This guy's got double time, so in the back there. But we do have line of sight on this. Did that move? It must have moved, because I don't think we did have first, did we? Right, well, I'm going to try and before I before you declare who you're activating, isn't it? The thing is, I can do this first, or can I? Yeah, I think I can. When activating player forces, before you decide which player force to activate, check to see if there are any AI intel markers in spotting range. Treat them as stationary targets in spotting chart. Yeah, I mean that's I think it is. Where's the spotting chart thing? In the back of this. Yeah, I mean they are in a field, aren't they? They're small. They're not moving. Yeah, 4 hexes. I'm 2 hexes away, so we can see that. It's got line of sight because we've got bocage. We're adjacent to that bocage. He's adjacent to that bocage, so we can see right through to that. Yeah, I think I might even get some of that wrong earlier as well when I was talking about being able to see. For instance, if he's back here. No, let's leave it. I think I was talking wrongly about some of the line of sights across the bocage, but maybe not. Maybe I was getting it right. So rather than doing the recon mission, which I think if I fail at this, I think I can then activate that force and then attempt. Well, I think so. Then attempt a recon mission to activate to identify it. I think. But going by the chart, I just looked at it just now. Where is it? Here. Then I'm 1 to 2. I'm 2 hexes away, so we would need an 8 or greater to fail at this. So I think it's worthwhile. So before we decide who we're going to activate, we're going to do we're going to try and identify that with this guy, this platoon here. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, this doesn't mark them as finished. So I need to roll less than or equal to an 8. No, sorry. It's greater than or equal to an 8 that's going to fail. So I need a 7 or less. Don't know. Okay. Here we go. 4. Good. Right. So that identifies this last intel marker. And yeah, we're going to go and see what that's all about. That's these charts across here. So what do I need? No, I don't need that. I don't think I need that. So we've got an infantry A. Yeah, no, we flip the counter over first. Yeah, let's get it open in the rules, actually, this bit. Replacement procedure. Flip the intel marker, right. So, yeah, so this happens before we decide who we're going to activate anyway, right? So flip this over. Right, we get... What the heck's that? Line close. So, less than or equal to 3, line close. Plus 2 distance... If it's greater than or equal to 5 hexes. Well, I mean, it's this guy that done the identifying, so it's only 2 hexes away. I don't know what line close, I have no idea what that means. I don't recall reading anything about that either. Okay, hang on. Line close. Right, hang on. Ah, I found it. Different position. It says line far or line close. Immediately place the intel marker 2 hexes further or closer to the player's closest platoons. This event only applies for recon missions. Oh. Ah, well, it's not going to apply then. If the intel marker was identified by other means, consider this event as no event. Right. Because we didn't do the recon. Well, just as well we didn't. That would have moved closer, wouldn't it? Okay, so no event. That's fine. Good. Right, now to find out what... so we've done the event. With the same die roll result... No, we didn't roll a die, did we? No. So we're going to roll a die to find out what who's coming along here. It's an infantry A. So we'll just roll. It's a D10, isn't it? This one. Yeah. And you can see there's 10 different options along there, but it's infantry A, so it's any one of these ones here. No, there's not any modifiers to this, no. No. And then we take them from the reserves and then deploy them. Yeah, okay. 2. What to say? We had a 2 earlier, actually, didn't we? Yeah. So 2s here down the middle again. So it can either be the Panzer Grenadier mechanised or the airborne. Yeah, and this is the one, unfortunately, I didn't add the C and the D, did I? Because I didn't think I had them. This was the roll we got, the very first intel marker. So I will add them this time. So I'm going to find the 4 mechanised Panzer officers and the 4 air... actually, one of them will be out, won't there? Bravo's out already. It was Bravo, isn't it? Yeah, because there's 2 Bravos out there. Willenhof, yeah. So there's only going to be 3 of them. So I'll hunt these down again first, and we'll put them in a cup. So, right, these definitely need to get sorted out and put in some kind of tray. Because now I'm having to turn them all over again. Big pile of counters. And actually Tracy had picked up some of the wee counter trays, and she was giving them to me, and then I didn't take them up the stair with me, and she used them for something else. They would have been probably quite handy for this. Right, well, I won't bore you with me sort of yakking away while I'm trying to look through these, but so I'll go and find them. Actually, there's one, isn't there? Mechanise Panzer. That's a Bravo. Right, I'll go and find the rest. Right, eventually found them. That was a headache. I was putting some back in the cup, and I eventually found these 3, and then I only found 3 of these. I had to empty them all out again and find it was this guy that was missing. So that's A, B, C, and D of the mechanised Panzer Grenadier officers, and then we've got A, C, and D of the airborne. Remember, B is already in place. So these 7 are going in the cup, and we're going to randomly pick one of them out. I'm going to shake about. Okay, so not looking. We're going to take this guy here. That's another airborne. Okay, which is probably just as well. So, Lieutenant Whiter. So we're going to find these Alpha Company. So we need 3 airborne from the Alpha Company and one of the MG42's Alpha Company 4-3. So I'll go and find them. Right, there we go. Okay, so well, we should know how to deploy these this time. I'll take the guy again with the assault. Not that we're doing the assault. So these 2 go in here with the officer. And then that's going to go away. infantry. There we go. And then the other two, the machine gun and the other platoon, where do they go again? Hex is within officer command range. What's his command? His command's 2, but they want to go adjacent. So, but they want to be out of line of sight, I think. There's no line of sight to any player platoons. Oh, hang on. He wants a divisor value of at least 3. And there's no line of sight. So, that is going to have line of sight. That is not. I don't believe. No, and neither is that. So, these are the 2 options. When there's more than one, choose the one located furthest away from any player platoons, then randomly. I'm guessing that's going to be further, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's a random. So we'll say a 1, 2, 3 for that, 4, 5, 6 for that. Just roll that off camera. I don't think it's a biggie. I've rolled a 3. So the first hex, yeah? Okay. It's not in line of sight, that, I don't think. No, because these can only see into here. In fact, yeah. I think they can. I think they can see into there. This can see into there, but can't see 1x further because they're coming over the blockage. There's buildings in here, so these can't see through that. I think that's fine, yeah. Okay. I really should be taking a break. So yeah, that was our, well, it wasn't a recon mission, it was just the identification of that, so that's fine. But now we're going to activate this company, ESIG. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do though. 52 minutes. Can I just have a pause there maybe? I'd like to copy the stuff across though, you know. Because I was looking at it, I was thinking, well, this guy can take this objective, and then I thought, well, these could react. They are in range, they can react. But remember, if they've got other platoons within 3, they're not going to react because they're not marked as with reaction. But the other thing is, do I want to start moving down? I don't know. Not really sure what's going to go on here. You know what? I think I'm just going to stop there. Actually, do I have something to mark? Just another little counter. Blue ones. Oh. Yeah, I got some blue ones here. Just so I know what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to activate. It's my turn. It's the Americans' turn next, and we've done the recon-y thing, but I'll come back to activating them next part. Yeah, because I do need to take a break and get something to eat just now, and I don't want to go and pause because I can get these started to copy across. So I'll leave it there. Hopefully I'll be back with another bit later tonight. If not, tomorrow sometime. Okay, cheers.